The jungle stretched endlessly in all directions, a labyrinth of towering trees, thick vines, and uncharted secrets. It was a living entity, breathing, shifting, whispering with the unseen voices of those who had walked its paths long before. Few dared to enter its depths, for legend spoke of an impenetrable barrier within, a forbidden canopy, beyond which no one had ever returned. Nathan Carter had spent his entire career chasing the unknown. An archaeologist with a relentless hunger for discovery, he had scoured the ruins of lost civilizations, deciphered cryptic texts, and risked his life more times than he cared to count. But the legend of the Forbidden Canopy had always eluded him. It was a story told in hushed tones, a place mentioned only in the oldest of tribal myths. The few maps that hinted at its existence were sketchy, incomplete, drawn by trembling hands and accompanied by warnings no sane man would ignore. Yet here he was, machete in hand, pushing through the undergrowth, his clothes soaked with sweat, his heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and unease. The expedition had started with a team of 5, but now only he and Ava remained. The others had succumbed to the jungle's trials, one to a venomous snake, another lost in the maze of trees, and the third vanishing without a trace in the dead of night. The jungle was merciless, but Nathan had come too far to turn back. Ava, his longtime friend and fellow explorer, moved beside him with quiet determination. Her dark hair was pulled back, her sharp eyes scanning every shadow, every movement in the dense greenery. "We shouldn't be here," she murmured, her voice barely audible over the distant calls of unseen creatures. Nathan glanced at her, noting a tension in her posture. "You're not one for superstition," he said, though he knew she wasn't afraid of mere legends. She was afraid of the reality they might uncover. "It's not superstition if there's truth to it," she replied. "Every story about this place ends the same way. No one comes back." Nathan hesitated for only a moment before pressing forward. The air grew thicker, almost electric, and an unnatural silence settled over the jungle. Even the ever-present hum of insects seemed to fade as they approached what appeared to be an ordinary section of forest. But the moment they stepped beneath the towering trees, something changed. The light dimmed, swallowed by the dense canopy above. The air was heavy, almost suffocating, filled with a scent that was both floral and decayed. The trees twisted unnaturally, their branches curling like skeletal fingers. The ground beneath their feet felt softer, as if something unseen lay just beneath the surface, waiting. Ava touched Nathan's arm. "Do you feel that?" He nodded. It was more than a feeling, it was a presence. The jungle was watching them. They moved cautiously, their senses on high alert. Every step felt measured, as if they were being tested. Then they saw it, a massive structure hidden beneath layers of vines and moss. It was ancient, its stone surface covered in intricate carvings that seemed to shift in the dim light. The symbols were unlike anything Nathan had ever seen, pulsating with an eerie luminescence. "This wasn't on any map," Ava whispered. "No," Nathan agreed, "because no one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale." The entrance yawned before them, like the mouth of a sleeping beast. Taking a deep breath, Nathan stepped inside, his torch casting flickering shadows on the walls. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and something older, something that sent a chill down his spine. As they ventured deeper, they discovered chambers filled with relics, statues of unknown deities, murals depicting scenes of both reverence and terror. And then, at the heart of the temple, they found it. A massive altar stood in the center, adorned with a gemstone unlike anything they had ever seen. It was emerald, but it pulsed as if alive, casting an eerie green glow throughout the chamber. The moment Nathan laid eyes on it, he understood. The Forbidden Canopy wasn't just a place. It was a barrier, a prison. Something stirred in the shadows, a presence so immense it made the very air vibrate. The carvings on the walls came alive, shifting to depict something monstrous, something that had been sealed away for centuries. Ava grabbed his arm. "We need to leave. Now." But it was too late. The ground trembled, the jungle outside responding to whatever they had awakened. The trees groaned, their branches stretching, twisting, forming a living barrier that blocked their escape. The air grew thick with whispers, voices speaking in a language neither of them understood, yet somehow recognized. The legend had been true. The Forbidden Canopy was not just a place to be feared. It was a warning. A warning they had ignored. Nathan tightened his grip on Ava's hand as the darkness closed in around them. Whatever lay beyond the Forbidden Canopy was waking up, and they were trapped within its grasp.